And we are about to bring you the tip-off here. Marktree, Nevada, for all of the marbles in the 1A boys final. The 2A girls and boys later today. Kyle Deckelbaum, Justin Acree, thrilled to be back with you for another championship matchup here. And the Blue Jays will send out Kavion Coleman, their 6'2 junior, to jump center against Ladarius Brown, the 6'3 junior, leading scorer for the Marktree Indians. And it will be Marktree controlling the tip and going right to work. Ball knocked out of bounds, and it will go to the Blue Jays right out of the gate. So a missed opportunity on the opening tip. We'll tell a little bit more about these teams coming up, but it has been a hard-fought battle. They do have one common opponent in the postseason we can touch on, Kyle, and I don't know, you get into comparative scores and it gets a little dangerous at times, but certainly Marktree against Bradley, winning by 25. Nevada squeaking out in the regional final, a 2-point win over Bradley. So if you want to look at that as some kind of advantage, you definitely have to tip your cap to Marktree. But championship games, we've seen some strange things already this year. You never know what you might get. But certainly we expect a hard-fought battle here today.
And Marktree probably the biggest win in the postseason, knocking off Brinkley in the semifinals. Starters, by the way, for Marktree: Isaiah Malone, their 5'9 junior. Ladarius Brown is the 20-point scorer for the Indians. He's a junior as well. Kenyon Carter, a 5'9 junior. Landon Lewis, 6' junior. And big Jonah Walker at 6'6". And Justin, that's one of the things to watch. You can't miss him out there. Big number 15 for Marktree in blue. And you just wonder, the Blue Jays, such a guard-oriented team. What's the game plan against him?
Now, we will see how they handle it. Again, Nevada really playing with house money to some degree. How about Jamario Bell? I mean, a first-year head coach to get his team here to the final. I believe Kyle Pennington did the same with Christian last year.
Right.
And got the repeat this year. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians.
You see Brickton Harris, the active hands on defense, both these defensive possessions.
Harris, one of their starters for the Blue Jays, 17 points a game for him. Leading scorer is Kavion Coleman, 20 points a game. Ball inbounded. We're going to get a foul or a jump ball. And it's a jump ball, so it'll go to Nevada. Blue Jays will inbound it under the Indians' basket.
That's a good way to start.
Yep.
The way those guards surrounded Walker there.
Harris with it, drops it off to Coleman. Crossing over and into the paint he goes. Scoop shot short, and the Indians want to run. And a good break there by the Indians. Finished it off. Landon Lewis, the junior. Good feed by Ladarius Brown running the break.
Now, Lewis has had some big moments for this team. He had that go-ahead three with a minute left in the semifinals. Good player to watch.
Yeah, you look for Brown to score, but that time distributing for the finish. And opening points of this championship game to Marktree. Pull up from the elbow. Some contact, but no call. But a bucket for Brickton Harris. The 6'1 senior drilling it from the elbow, and we are tied at 2 apiece. Man-to-man defense here for the Blue Jays, and a deep three back of the iron for Brown. No good, and Nevada wanting to run the other way. Stop and kick on the baseline. Harris to the corner for a knuckleball three-pointer. Brogan Rhodes can't find the range, but a save by the Blue Jays. Keeping it alive, second possession, and Harris right on time to make it 4-2.
I love the way these Nevada guards track down rebounds. They're so active. They're so energetic the way they play. They're so athletic. That's how you can kind of make up for size. You make up for it in numbers, hustle, athleticism. A guard-oriented Blue Jays team. So Brickton Harris, Keontae Wingfield, and Kavion Coleman make up 3 of the 4 guys in the school's 4x1 and 4x2 relay.
We talked about the matchup inside with the big guys. Cartier Adair, a 6' senior, drawing the assignment. There's a three-pointer for Marktree. And the Indians go back up 5-4. That three-pointer to Ladarius Brown. Yeah, we're not going to hold him down very long. Played in the final last year, had 11 points and 3 rebounds. And obviously would have liked to have had 14 points. Would have made the difference in a very close, as you mentioned in the early part of this one, controversial finish. Miss from the wing, but the Blue Jays stealing another possession again. This time Brown ripping it away for the Indians, and into the front court they go up to Lewis. In the corner, looks inside, drops it inside to Brown. He got bumped as he tried to bring it out to the perimeter, and that'll be a foul against Kavion Coleman. Coleman 6'2", their leading scorer, the Blue Jays, at 20 points. He's also their leading rebounder at 8 a game. Couple of assists, couple of steals per game. Very active player, and you saw it there, a little overactive. drawing the foul.
Yeah, almost averages a triple-double, 20 points, 8 rebounds. And he's been on fire, too, in the state tournament. 18 in the quarterfinals, 15 in the semis. How about 11 points in the fourth quarter?
Great inbound on the baseline for the Indians, but they blow the layup and going the other way. It's Harris. Gets it up to Coleman for the bucket, and Nevada goes back in front. So we've got a back and forth early stage of this one.
Are their guards quick or what?
It's definitely the former and not the latter. Unless there's something that's faster than quick. They might be, or what? Three-pointer for Ladarius Brown. No hesitation there. His second three. He has 6. His team leads by 2.
Well, Ladarius Brown, his nickname is Stretch. He plays taller, and he's listed at 6'3". He can really shoot.
I like watching that post matchup. We talked about it with Adair inside and the big man for Marktree, Jonah Walker. They haven't really looked inside much. It's mostly been a guard-oriented effort so far, even on the offensive rebounds. They try to feed inside there, tipped away. Indians want to run. Brown will take it all the way himself. Goes up, got a block, no good, but a foul. And that will be the third already on the Blue Jays, Kyle.
Well, these are two teams that definitely love running. Not afraid to run in transition. Hustle plays on either end. It should be in for a good one here. The 1A championship. You're watching the Centennial Bank Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first. By empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charity, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
When you choose Conway Regional, you're choosing a healthcare partner rooted in your community. With 9 primary care locations in 5 counties, we believe in building lasting relationships centered on trust and personalized care. Let our family care for yours.
Frantic start to this 1A boys final. Marktree, Nevada, and a battle so far back and forth it's been. We've had 4 lead changes already, and one time it's 8-6 currently. Marktree leading the way, and 3 fouls already on Nevada. So as the Indians step to the line, Ladarius Brown fouled in the act. It won't be long here if this continues before the Indians are shooting free throws in the bonus. 34-3 on the season, undefeated in conference play for the Indians. Again, trying to get over the hump after falling just short in the title game last year. Free throw rattles and goes through. A 3-point lead now for the Indians. Barbara Wilburn Covington, a legend at A-State, played professional ball too. She's in her 24th year. They went undefeated in conference play last year, and this team hangs its hat on the defensive end, holding opponents to under 40 a game. And for Nevada, 30-7 under Jamario Bell in his first year, 14-1 in conference out of the 1A 8.
What a job Barbara Wilburn has done. 5th trip to the finals. A champion back in 01. She actually lives in Mississippi, makes the short drive across a couple of states.
Is that a thing? Is there any drive across 2 states that's short? Nevada, another opportunity there. Didn't get a shot up that time, but recovered the fumble. Shot clock winding down. Blue Jays have to force one up at the buzzer and do, but a bad miss there by Rose as he had to throw it up there in desperation. To the corner, 3 off the side of the backboard, but an offensive rebound. Back up with it. No. And down to the floor goes Kenyon Carter. Had a couple of cracks at it, couldn't get it to go. On the other end, though, Kavion Coleman knows what to do with it and wastes no time in pulling up for the mid-range jumper to cut the lead to 2 with 2:40 to play here in the first period, and he has 6. How about this defense? Nevada relentless, a steal, and they'll head into the front court. Lazy pass, though, stolen away by Brown. That was a slow, lazy pass by Rhodes and also telegraphed for good measure. Good job by Marktree, forcing the turnover. Drive inside by Carter. He'll go up off the glass and good. That time does find the range after a couple of misses on the previous possession. Just over 2 minutes to play, and Marktree up by 2.
This pace is frenetic so far in this game. You just wonder, as it goes on, which team it kind of favors.
You know, the thing I like about it, though, Kyle, so far it's been an up-tempo game. We've seen really hustle plays and defenses collapse, and there's a foul. Second one, called on Marktree. But it's not sloppy.
That's right.
And the teams are playing under control, really. I like that they can play at that pace and still seem to have a good handle on it.
Low turnover game for sure. A couple teams with just great ball handlers on either side.
Yeah. To the free throw line goes Wingfield. Keontae Wingfield, sophomore, 5'11". There's a look at the head coach for Marktree. We were talking about Barbara Wilbur and Covington. Again, been there a long time, 24 years, she's seen it all. And you don't know of many. I was talking to Bobby Swafford from the AAA last night. There are very few, if any, other women leading boys programs around the state.
Well, she's done an incredible job. 22-game win streak for this team this year. 63-7 over the last few seasons. It's a group that's played a lot of basketball together, and it's juniors up and down the roster, and you can say the same for both sides, by the way.
Deep three from the right wing, good again. Brown with his third three. Oh my goodness. And you just had an empty trip at the free throw line for Nevada, and you come back and hit a three. That's a backbreaker, and the Indians have opened up their largest lead at 5 points. And 11 of the 13, all to their leading scorer, Ladarius Brown. You know, he's sick about losing by just a couple of points last year. He is trying to make up for it now.
We mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Barbara Wilburn keeps denying that that's really been their motivation this year.
There's a pick going the other way. It's Landon Lewis and gets it. Pick 6 for the junior. Averages 5 steals a game. Chalk that one up. And the lead now up to 7. He's got 4.
You have to think what may be the difference in this game. These two teams are so good at passing, so good at handling the ball. Are there going to be a couple mistakes on either side at crucial moments? We've seen a couple of them, not very many.
Foul against Marktree inside. They were trying to feed the big man finally. Cartier Adair, that is a cool name, rolls off the tongue. Gets fouled on the entry pass. Three-pointer no good for Coleman from the corner. And here comes Brown the other way. Stops on the left wing. Gives it up. You know he wants it back. He's got that athletic tape down the right arm, Kyle. Then the wristband, or make it, I guess it's an elbow band in that case, or a bicep band. Whatever he's doing, that right arm looks perfectly fine as he's drilled a few threes already. Misses on that attempt. And a battle for it underneath. They're going to call it travel, and it'll stay with the Indians. But really, again, max effort by both teams, and we've really seen that. Look, everybody's playing for a championship here in Hot Springs this weekend. If you're not going to go max out now, when are you? 18.9 seconds left. Marktree by 9 with a chance to add to it here. Inside, Lewis, easy bucket. Good feed, patient, pump fake, score it. The lead's ballooned to 11. Nevada needs an answer here. They'll hold for 1. 7 seconds. Now 5. Coleman lost it. There goes Lewis. Ball poked away and out of bounds, and that'll be the final play of the first period. Oh, Marktree making a statement in the first quarter. They lead it by 11, 19-8 after 1. You're watching the Centennial Bank Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS.
Southern Loft is a proud sponsor of Arkansas PBS. It is our mission to tell your story by adding color with our furniture. And that's why Southern Loft is a different kind of furniture store. For more information, go to mysouthernloft.com.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
Is now in session.
Welcome back to Hot Springs. Hey, support for Arkansas PBS Sports comes from Wendy's, who invites you to try their new breakfast burrito to get your morning rolling. Available at participating U.S. Wendy's.
19-8 after one. Marktree in control and red hot out of the gate. 58% from the floor and 3 of 5 from 3. And all 3 of those makes belong to the man standing directly in front of me, Ladarius Brown, making up for lost time after last season, helping lead his team back here. He's got a tattoo on his left calf and right calf that says most and hated.
That'll drive you. That'll drive your team. You know, they say your team feeds off your coach.
I guess that. In this case, they feed off of Brown's calves.
A big stat so far, Justin. But Nevada, 5 turnovers. And how about Marktree? 8 points off those turnovers.
Marktree trying to add to it. Drive inside. That time, Lewis can't get it to go. Cleared out of there by the big man for Nevada. They want to run, and they get a transition opportunity, but a missed one at that, but it's tipped out by the Indians. It'll stay here with the Blue Jays. So baseline inbound for the Blue Jays. It'll be Brickton Harris. They're going to clean up some moisture over here, I assume, unless there was a bird that flew over and I missed it. Harris, 4 assists per game. He's got over 1,000 career points. This senior trying to go out the right way. You mentioned it, though. These teams are loaded with underclassmen who are big contributors for this team, including the leading scorer for each team. Ball knocked away inside. More great defense by Marktree. And Kyle, when I look at it and you think less than 40 points a game, how do you get there? Well, you get there by only giving up 8 in the first quarter. It's a good start.
Yeah, it just feels like, to your point, Justin, we're going to see these two teams battle in some very meaningful games next season as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild that, you know, Coach Bell has only been there less than a year and able to get his team to the finals. Remarkable.
In May of a year ago.
Right wing and a drive inside. The floater up and down. Everything going the way of the Indians. Kenyon Carter, the junior. There's another one of those underclassmen. Bucket inside. He's got 4. The lead is, wow, 13 already.
It doesn't feel like it, does it? It's just they've been that good, I think, defensively as well.
That'll help. Deep 3 for Harris. They needed that in the worst way. About 4 feet behind the three-point line. Cuts the lead down to 10. He's got 5 in the game. And Marktree will try to get back to business.
Harris, a 1,000-point scorer for Nevada. Controls the tempo for this team. Big shot there, and they needed it most.
Haven't looked at the big man, Jonah Walker. I want to see him go to work in the post. He's got it in the short corner on the right side. He'll feed it inside. Lewis, pump fake, go up, no. Everybody bouncing around for it, and it is run down by Harris, who just hit that 3 moments ago.
And think about Walker, Justin.
There's a reach in. That's going to go against Landon Lewis.
Broken tibia, cracked ankle during football season. He had a slow recovery. This is only his 9th game back. Clearly feeling pretty good. He had 17 in the semifinals, but haven't seen him get real comfortable in this game yet.
I'd like to see him on a football field.
No doubt.
It's a big man. I don't know what he plays.
Their whole team, by the way. Kenyon Carter was their quarterback. You see it a lot at this level.
Yeah.
Guys that play multiple sports, you don't really get your full team until November, maybe even December.
That's a strong move inside by Kavion Coleman, going up among the trees and scoring it. Josh Randa Jr. for the Indians into the game now for the first time for Marktree. Marktree happy to work it around the perimeter here. Crisp passing. Deep 3 right wing. That one for Brown will not go. Battle for the rebound and racing in for it. Harris will come out of there with it.
Brown has the green light from just about anywhere.
And there is a 3. Could have been an and 1 for Brickton Harris. He's trying to shoot his way back into it. And they've got that lead down to 5. 8 points now for number 2. 8-0 run for the Blue Jays over the last minute and a half. And that was a huge answer they needed in the worst way. Carter trying to answer and does from the left wing. Way too open there. That's easy money for Carter, who has 7.
Quarterback knocking it down there.
I was thinking the same.
These two teams, just about everybody can shoot. I think that's what makes this such a fun game.
24-16, almost halfway through the second period. There's a drive inside, and Coleman can't get the roll, but he'll nearly chase it down, but Brown instead comes away with it. Cross court to Jacamian Williams. They get it up top. Brown mishandling it, and a hustle for it. Brown saves it. Carter thought about it, lost the handle. And they're going to go to the big man. Good feed inside. Shot up off the glass. No. The miss by Rand inside. And Harris doing a little bit of everything now.
Some of those gimmies just not falling right now from Mark-Tree.
I thought he was going to call his own number again instead of the corner for a 3. Air ball. 2 open for Keontae Wingfield. Brown behind the back. Lost the handle. Tried to get cute with it. Nearly got the ball picked from behind. Couldn't get the bucket. And the other way, layup, no. Boy, you were talking about it. Misses inside. Point blank range for Wingfield. It's happened multiple times for the Blue Jays. It's costing them. Pull up. Right wing, no. Ball tipped out of there, and hustling for it is Adair. Saves it in, no foul call. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go back to Mark-Tree. Boy, that easily could have been a trip, but no call. So the Indians will retain the possession after this media timeout. 24-16, some missed opportunities around the rim for Nevada, but they're hanging in there. In this 1A boys final, you're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
It's the most exciting academic competition of the year, and it is live right here on Arkansas PBS. It's the Arkansas Governor's Academic Competition Quiz Bowl 2024 State Championship. Schools from all over the state square off right here in this studio to see who will come out on top. Don't miss a single question. Quiz Bowl 2024. Tune in or stream on the PBS app. Saturday, April 27th, starting at 9 a.m.
Attention sports enthusiasts, get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
We on that next level. We on that next level.
Back in the Spot City, Southern Loft is a proud supporter of Arkansas PBS Sports and our Arkansas student athletes. Located at 3155 North College Avenue, Suite 102 in Fayetteville, Southern Loft, a different kind of furniture store. For more information, visit mysouthernloft.com.
Mark-Tree cooling off here in the second period. 29% from the floor, 2 of 7 so far. Nevada stepping it up, 3 of 7, 43%. They've also made 2 of their 3 threes, and you know who has done it. It's Brickton Harris, their leading scorer. He hadn't missed. 3 of 3 from the floor. Both of his 3-pointers have gone down. He has 8 points and 4 rebounds, but 3 turnovers. 7 total now for the Blue Jays. Need to clean that up, maximize possessions as they try to get back in this game down 8.
To their credit, though, they've cut down on those turnovers over the last few minutes. I think they had 5, with a 4 or 5 at the end of the first.
Brown getting a brief respite, I assume, from Mark-Tree. Ball knocked away, but back to Carter. Good patient possession here. 6 on the shot clock. Somebody's got to go, and that somebody will be Cameron Marshall. Missed it. Battle for the rebound inside. A good job by Kobe Huey, the sophomore, coming down with it. Averages 4 a game. Baseline drive. Ball knocked away by the Indians, but it will stay with the Blue Jays.
Well, we keep talking about just how quick these 2 teams are up and down the floor, but a credit to each of these teams defensively. You're seeing active hands. They're aggressive on those entry lanes.
Justin Myrick was the one handling it. It was knocked out. 5'9" sophomore. He'll work off the screen to the right wing. Open look, but good cover up by the Indians, and then he turns it over inside. Everything happening very quickly when you get into the painted area. Lots of hands, very active, and you better mind your P's and Q's or a turnover's awaiting. Feed inside. Not a great pass, but handled. They'll kick it back out to Carter. Extra pass to the right wing for 3. That's well short on the miss by Lewis. He's been effective around the basket. Couldn't get that one to go.
Not a great pass there from Walker, but he does have a great eye. Get a blocking charge there.
Oh boy, had the arm extension there.
Yeah.
Check that replay. Looked to me like that was a close one. That's a tough call. Let's see if he extends the arm here. It's not a great angle, but you can't really see it from there. But I thought from over on this angle you could see it pretty clearly. Anyway, Nevada gets the break. They drop it into Myrick. Turnaround jumper on the baseline, no. And a battle for the rebound, fumbled out of bounds by Walker. Ball kicked on the inbound that time. 2:13 left. Indians have really been in control throughout so far, 24-16.
I started to say Walker wasn't a great pass in the last possession, but one thing we're noticing about him, Justin, he's got a great eye when he's in the low post. I mean, he really notices what's around him, and I think uses space really well.
Largest lead for Marktree, 13. It's down to 8. The inbound, too tall, looking for Huey, and it'll go back to the Indians. Carter driving by Myrick all the way up and good. Carter's quick. 9 for him. 2 minutes to play. The lead back to 10.
Well, if you're not quick, this is not the game to play in.
I'm in the right spot.
You and me both, brother.
Got a near tie-up at midcourt, but instead they say it's a foul. We'll go against Lewis, trying to get it away from Harris, who was not giving it up. Harris, a senior, not sure his plan is next year. Nice player. Very smooth with it. Good stroke, as we've seen. A couple of made threes out there, directed traffic. And a sideline inbound in front of the scorer's table for Huey. Move him down towards the Marktree bench. Drops it into Harris. And there he is again, telling his guys to cut through. Moving everybody around. 17 a game for Harris. Coleman with 20. That time, tough turnaround for Harris. Wanted it all himself. Can't get it. Lewis into the front court. And he'll back it out. Blue Jays in a zone defense. And the zone buster for 3. It's Cameron Marshall. That'll do it. Even lead back to 13.
Even with their size, that's how Marktree's going to win this. They have got to shoot lights out. That's what they were doing early in this game, and that's how they're going to be able to extend this lead up to 13 now.
Or if they just keep defending like crazy, that'll be good enough. Lewis nearly whistled for the reach in there. Harris, another tough pull-up jumper. He's taken a couple really difficult shots, in my opinion. He had the turnaround moments ago, and then that one well guarded as he steps into the defender. Couldn't get either one of them to go down, and maybe trying to take a little bit too much on his own shoulders right now, as opposed to maybe give it up, get it back.
He also has those 2 big threes that cut the lead down to 6. So he's got the green light. I think you let him keep shooting because he's certainly capable of doing it.
Jacamian Williams, the junior. I don't know if he's got the green light all the time, but he certainly did from that one and knocked it down. Shot clock's off. That's the first bucket of the game for Williams, and the lead is now 15.
I'm stunned by just how good it seems like every single one of these Indians are from the mid-range.
It's a dying art, but they are certainly well-versed at it. Tough shot up, and again, difficult shots for Adair that time. Impatient, I would say, offensively for the Blue Jays. 8 seconds. Carter 3 off left, and a battle for the rebound. Shot as the buzzer is about to sound, and big time follow-up for Williams on the offensive rebound. Big mistake by Nevada. They not only don't hold for one, but they force up a tough shot in the process, and it gives Marktree an opportunity to go to the other end and score it. The lead is 17 at half. Marktree in control after 2 periods. They're doing it outside. They're doing it inside. It's all Marktree. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Welcome back to the Arkansas PBS studios in Conway. Steve Sullivan here along with Christina Munoz. It's halftime again at Bank OZK Arena in Hot Springs, but stay where you are. We've got some good stuff coming up, including a look at the Arkansas PBS Student All-Star team for 2024. But first, there's a basketball team up in Northeast Arkansas with a coaching situation that's just a bit different. We spent some time with Coach Barbara Wilburn of Marktree. Let's take a look.
If you're going to be in here, you're going to play basketball.
Consistency, its definition. Conformity in the application of something. typically that in which is necessary for the sake of logic, accuracy, or fairness. But there is another definition for consistency, the way in which a substance holds together, or maybe who holds it together. At Mark Tree High School, there is no doubt whom in fact does just that.
There's a big deal being made about female coaches or female officials doing men's games, and people talk about how trend-setting that is, but that's been happening in Mark Tree since the late 90s when they made her head coach of a boys program.
I am Barbara Wilburn Covington. I am the head basketball coach for junior and senior high boys basketball here at Mark Tree. Been here 33 years. Honestly, I never knew where Mark Tree, Arkansas was until someone hired me to come to Mark Tree. The kids are great. The community is great. It's just a great small town.
So I actually met Coach Wilburn when I was in junior high, and I was actually out here on this court shooting, and then she walked up and she started giving me some pointers, and it was from that moment that, like, I've always looked up to her.
Coach Wilburn, she wants the best for us. Just going out there and playing with her on our side, it just motivates us even more.
Outside of the school walls, she's a huge figure in our community. Everybody knows Coach Wilburn. Everybody's heard the stories, whether they're true or not.
My very first experience with basketball, I can remember, and I think I was in the third or fourth grade, and I was just intrigued that they were running and jumping and playing ball, putting this ball in that little cylinder. So I was just sitting there, and all of a sudden I could hear like somebody coming up the steps. The coach says, if you're gonna be in here, you're gonna play basketball. So I've just been intrigued ever since.
Coach Wilburn has a level of intensity that she brings to this gym and to this community, and a level of expectation. The beautiful thing about that is that our kids, like, they embrace that intensity.
She taught me how to play in like bigger schools, like at the same time we all players. Just because they're bigger schools doesn't mean a small town school can come and win.
My philosophy, I think it's just simple. It's simple as being, you know, you got to play defense to win and just have respect.
And that intensity has served some of those young men well. There's tons of things that they've taken away from Barbara Wilburn: her work ethic, her desire to excel, the way she carries herself.
What really kind of tugs at my heart is when we go places and people walk up and say, you got the most respectable kids I've ever seen on a basketball court. I mean, to me, that's just the best. That's just the best.
Coach Wilburn, by all accounts, is running a great program there in Mark Tree. Now, Christina Munoz is here to introduce us to some very talented kids, both on and off the court. Christina?
That's right. Thanks, Steve. Earlier in the season, we reached out to coaches all over the state looking for athletes who excel on the court and in the classroom. Here's the Arkansas PBS Student All-Stars class of 2024. We start off with the 1A girls. That is Savannah Pyle with the Emerson High School Pirates. Savannah plans to attend college as a general studies major and explore her options. For 1A boys, we have Kenyon Carter, a junior guard from Marks Tree. Kenyon wants to be a coach or make it to the league. Next up, we have Abby Methvin representing 2A girls. She plays for the Yellville Summit Panthers. Abby has a 3.8 GPA and wants to go to cosmetology school. For the boys in 2A, we've got Cade Barber with the Cedar Ridge Timberwolves. Cade has a GPA of over 4.0 and wants to be an anesthesiologist. The Lamar High School Warriors' Corey Sanders is the 3A Girls Arkansas PBS Student All-Star. Corey wants to be a math teacher and a coach. On the boys' side in 3A, we have Sam Maddox representing the Central Arkansas Christian Mustangs. Sam wants to pursue college basketball and likes to spend his spare time playing golf. Halfway through and on to the 4A girls. That's Addison Hudspeth of the Heber Springs Lady Panthers. Addison wants to play college basketball and go to physical therapy school. JJ Andrews with the Little Rock Christian Warriors represents the 4A boys. JJ has a 3.72 GPA and wants to play professional basketball. The 5A girls are well represented by Lakin Moore of the Mountain Home Lady Bombers. Lakin wants to attend college and play basketball and describes herself as a gym rat. The 5A boys, well, that is Luke Stump with the Russellville Cyclones. Luke wants to be a veterinarian and live in Australia. Rounding out the classifications are your 6A student all-stars. For the girls, that is Delaney Roller with the Harbor Lady Wildcats. Delaney has signed to play basketball at MSSU and will study business. And finally, for the 6A boys, we have Honor Boateng representing the Little Rock Central High Tigers. Honor plans to attend the University of Missouri and major in engineering. You know, there's a good chance you'll see some of those same athletes again live right here in this studio when we bring you Quiz Bowl 2024 this April. That is definitely something that you will not want to miss. Well, Steve, it is about that time.
Yep, much more coming up in the second half.
That's right, right here on the home of the high school basketball state finals, Arkansas PBS.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Hey, I'm Rick Steves. You know, I don't go anywhere without my passport. And now, thanks to PBS Passport, you can travel with me and watch all 10 seasons of Rick Steves Europe and all my travel specials. This exclusive streaming service is just for our members. Not only can you see all my shows, but you can see thousands of hours of your favorite public television shows. Become a member today and get your passport.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Let me see it bounce, 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 bounce.
Welcome back. A couple minutes left here in the halftime break as Marktree in control, 33-16 at the halftime break. Kyle Deckelbaum, Justin Akery. Take a look at the first half numbers and how we got here. With the Indians shooting it at a high clip, got off to such a great start in the first quarter. 19-8, they jumped out. And shooting at this point for Marktree at 50%, red hot, same percentage from the three-point line as well. Haven't missed a free throw. And they've only turned it over 4 times while forcing 9.
Yeah, the 50% field goal is always going to jump out. But I think the bigger stat there are the 9 turnovers by Nevada. This is a Marktree defense that has been so good. Nothing is coming easy. And I think you're also seeing some frustration from Nevada as well. You are seeing them try to play a little bit too much one-on-one, try to take things themselves. And, you know, to their credit, they fought back. They cut it back within 6. But this Marktree offense, led by Ladarius Brown, just cannot miss. He has 11 in the first half, about 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. Big 3 right there. And Nevada on the other end, to the credit, they cut it close, but just nothing coming easy for these Blue Jays.
Well, their top 2 scorers, Coleman and Harris, had their moments, but they definitely need to assert themselves a little bit more. There's a 3 from Harris. He's got a great looking stroke. Tried to force a couple of shots from the 2-point area, and I thought made it really difficult on themselves. But again, you start feeling that pressure as the lead grows, and you feel the need to get a basket and forcing maybe a couple of shots, I thought, late in the first half. And that final possession really kind of a microcosm of their problems. They took a tough shot. They took it too early, and it allowed Marktree to go down, not only get a shot up, but miss it, get an offensive rebound and a stick back to get it to 33-16 at the break. Yeah,
it was one of those sort of ends to the halves where it never really felt like Marktree went on a big run because it wasn't one of those offensive you can't miss everything you throw up kind of runs. It was their defense on the other end.
Well, we kind of half joked about it at halftime. I mean, this is a Marktree team that is incredible defensively. Yeah. And if at this pace, they literally would not have to score again, and they could win the game. I mean, they have been so good. They've given up 16 points in 2 quarters, and at that rate, we're looking at 32 at the final. Now, I'm not saying they're going to only give up 16 points in the second half, but again, it's really nothing out of the ordinary. That's what Marktree does. They make it hard on you to score that man-to-man defense.
So I think here in the second half, that's got to be the game. If you're the Blue Jays, you've got to hit those short, quick buckets there.
Oh, that was a great effort, I thought, by Rhodes to save it in off of Marktree, but the officials saw otherwise. No, they turned it back. Okay, it will be Blue Jay ball. That's what I thought it was. And yes, you're right. Too many opportunities at the rim. 3-4, at least you're talking about 6-8 points easy, which certainly would change things. And now they do flip it back and give it to Marktree. I thought for sure that went out off of one of the Indians' legs, but the official had a great look at it. There's a near steal at midcourt. Good hustle there by Harris. Lewis, double team, will give it away. And now Marktree will go back to work on offense.
I think that's what the Blue Jays have to do. You're going to have to gamble. You're going to have to strike and try to get some transition buckets to get back in this game, but you got to finish on those buckets, and that has not been easy.
Brown to the high post. We haven't heard from Walker. He will scoop it up and in. Well, he made that look easy for a guy that did not really look for his own shot in the first half at all. That's his first basket of the game.
And that's what I thought would be sort of the whole key to the game for Marktree, is seeing how well he can play in the low post. And you just wonder how a guard-oriented team like the Blue Jays would match up against that. But he was not the offensive factor in the first half. That being said, he was a huge defensive factor. You see it right there.
Yeah, Harris feet inside. Adair going up with it. And again, neither big man a factor really in the first half. And here we see it go back-to-back. Just got the first points of the game for Walker, and now Adair could get his first points of the game at the free throw line.
See Adair, that tough shot, good play on the back there, and they call the foul. But yeah, I think it speaks to the pace that we saw in the first half. These two teams were so back and forth, so quick. I don't see that changing here, but if you're the Blue Jays, I don't know if it's possible, but you almost need to speed this up even more. That you've got to get these transition buckets.
Well, and again, you've also got to finish when you get there. You do all the hard work and then don't take advantage. Reminds me of my son a few times back in his younger days when he was in grade school. He would do his homework and then forget to give it to the teacher. I'm like, you already did the work. Finish it. Let's go. Give it up. You got to do the little things.
Sure beats you and I didn't do the homework in the first place.
There you go, exactly. Well, 35-16 after the free throw trip. And again, more missed opportunities there, right? Got to take advantage at the line. Got to take advantage when you get it inside. You know, I talked to Pat Bradley, the former Razorback, and layups and free throws, that's what it's about in a lot of cases when it comes to basketball. There's a missed opportunity inside, ball back to the Blue Jays, and that's one area where Nevada's just not taking advantage right now. 0 for 4 at the free throw line, and, you know, innumerable layups missed or close to the basket. And that was one where the officials said play on.
Yeah, it's going to be that kind of game. I mean, think about the first half, Justin. These two teams have combined 2 for 4 from the free throw line. In other words, we had 2 trips to the free throw line in the first half. Fun to watch, but you're not going to get very many chances there if you're Nevada.
Well, and it's incredible the way the intense, you know, defense is played on both ends, and yet we're not getting a lot of fouls.
Yes.
So
yeah,
from an aesthetic standpoint, that's a good thing.
That's exactly right. No complaints from you and I. Makes it fun to watch the way these two teams are playing, and you let them keep playing in that pace as opposed to trying to slow it down and make it what could be a very choppy game.
Again, the Blue Jays have a couple of legitimate offensive stars. Can they make a big push? Can they get hot? They had an 8-0 run in the first half. They're going to need a couple of those maybe to get where they want to be.
Of course, that's been the story of their postseason. They have trailed in the fourth quarter of every single state tournament game. Not by this much.
Good feed inside. Adair wide open. Heads up look there for Brogan Rhodes, the junior, feeding the senior for the score. And the first points of the game for Adair, who just missed those free throws moments ago. 5:47 to go. And Nevada still nearly doubled up by Marktree even after that basket.
And not to mention finishing around the bucket. That's what they've struggled to do.
Brown on the right wing. Feeds it to the short corner. Back up top. Carter now to Brown. Right wing 3 short. And an offensive rebound. Williams over to Carter. And he will reset it up to Brown. Marktree patient, and again, no need to rush. You've got the lead. Drive inside, wild, tough shot inside. Williams, offensive rebound knocked away.
Well, that's a great play there from Adair. He was all over Walker from behind.
3 minutes into this second half, it's 35-18. Marktree in control. Talked to Coach Wilburn Covington last year, and she said, hey, we played 99% man-to-man. We'd like to make you uncomfortable. Well, mission accomplished so far. And last year, they struggled at the free throw line in that final 2. There's a nice drive inside by Brown. 5 of 13 in losing a championship game by 2. So we'll see if free throws are any part of the story. Right now, it's just way too much Marktree defense. I found an interesting quote from her as well I wanted to read. when we get a break here, but certainly she felt like they had a good shot to get back here.
Good pass.
There's a bucket inside and one. Yeah, the defender got there way late, and a good look and a good finish. We've seen some nice things from Harris. Foul will go against Williams, who slid underneath. That's his first foul, second team foul on the Indians here in the second half. 4:28 to go, and if Neveda's going to get back into it, need to take advantage of these. Haven't made a free throw yet, 0 for 4.
Yeah, it's got to be Harris, it's got to be Wingfield, it's got to be Coleman.
And that one, perfect. Mario Bell, head coach for Nevada, the former Razorback football and basketball player. And it's amazing to me, the more I talk to guys who played, there's a foul inside on Nevada, guys who played college football, who their first love is basketball. You know, Matt Jones, a guy that comes to mind, superstar on the football field, but a darn good basketball player too. And he liked basketball more, by far.
A guy went back and forth, but you just don't see. A lot of guys certainly go to a major college program hoping they'll be able to do that. And time again, it's just not easy to do.
Big smile there for Walker, who makes the free throw. He's got 3 points now, all in the second half. That's a nice touch for the big man. 6'6". Seems bigger than that, doesn't he? That's a big man.
Now the hair adds probably what, 3-4 inches?
I don't know about that, but he's a good-looking athlete for sure. I'd love to see him again, as I said, on the football field. I wonder what he plays. Halfway through this third quarter, Nevada patient on this possession. Very slow knuckleball 3, no by Rhodes. And coming out of there with it is Carter. Up to Brown. He will attack. Shot up. Yes. But an offensive foul. So no on the bucket. Getting there just in time. The Blue Jays deny the Indians at the rim there. 39-21. And that is all Rhodes. Missed the 3. Draws the charge. And he loves it. Timeout on the floor. You're watching the Centennial Bank Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
What does it mean to be great?
It's the rhythm of the heart.
The spirit refusing to surrender.
It isn't born from a moment of glory. It's woven in the fabric of progress.
For the journey is where champions are born. To be courageous is to dance with the storm of adversity. The fact that I have UAMS Health by my side, it's just a blessing. And without UAMS Health, I wouldn't be the player that I am today.
This is the PBS app, ready for you when you want to watch full episodes of your favorites. Stream anytime, anywhere with the free PBS app.
It's now a session.
Well, for a copy of any of the state championship games, go to mnmproductions.net to place your order. Looks like Mark Tree fans may want to come back and watch this game over and over again. Much rather watch this than their ending a year ago, losing on that buzzer beater. Certainly motivated them to get back here.
And taking advantage of it this time. Lesson learned. We were talking about the championship pedigree for the Indians earlier. State titles in '88 and 2001. Lost a couple of them as well in 17 and 18 to Earl. And Mark Tree trying to add some hardware to the trophy case with a win today. And they keep this defense up, they're going to do just that. 5 points is all they've allowed after the half, after giving up 16 in the first 2 periods. There's a 3 from the right wing, wide open, and that'll help. Big 3 for Kobe Huey.
They're going to need that. They're going to need a lot more of them to get back into the game. They were trying to get it down low to Adair, and there's just no easy way to get it to the low post.
No, I think they're going to have to be doing work on the perimeter. That's been really their best offense so far. And Huey, his first points of the game coming a big time. Back within 15. Brown, can he answer? No. But an offensive rebound again to Williams. Brown tried to drop it inside to Isaiah Malone. He couldn't handle it, but runs it down. And now Williams for a 3 from the left wing, in and out. Another offensive rebound. And they're going to call it jump ball, you betcha. Malone tied up as he tried to go up. So it'll stay, though, with the Indians. But if you're the Blue Jays, you cannot keep giving up extra chances, and that time was pretty good. I mean, you had everybody boxed out except for one. You got to find everybody.
And this was not a size factor there. That's a hustle factor on all those second chance opportunities.
Somebody missed one and let him leak through. Brown air ball. So Nevada survives 1, 2, 3 attempts in transition. Three-pointer air ball, no. And again, like we said, maybe the perimeter's your friend here. That time Coleman just left it short for an air ball with 2:32 to go and a 15-point game. That could have been pretty big, though, to get him back within a dozen. They've got cold. Marktree has 1 of 7, so that's helping Nevada out for sure. But the problem is the Blue Jays have scored 8 points in each of the 3 quarters so far. They're going to need a whole lot more. Right now, they're back on defense. Caleb Moss in the game for the first time for Nevada. There's a turnover. Here comes Coleman. Euro step up, no good. A mistimed jump, and no problem there for Huey. Pogo stick going right back up and scoring it.
That almost looked like worst case scenario there, because that is exactly how we said they're going to get back in this game. You got to take some chances. You got to play in transition like that.
Missed opportunity there. Walker all alone under the basket, goes right through his hands. So that's what he plays in football, and would appear not wide receiver. Missed chance there. That would have been an easy layup or dunk. Under 2 to go. 39-26. 13 points is the margin. A stop and a feed. Shot up, blocked by Walker. He couldn't finish it at one end, but he stops the Blue Jays at point-blank range on the other.
I think he's got the tight end look to him. Would you go with that?
Maybe. I'm thinking defensive end.
That could work, too.
Yeah. He definitely would be a load in the red zone for sure if you lofted one up to him. And there's a mistake, throwing it into the bench. Jacamian Williams. Marktree just a little bit off offensively right now, and one way to fix that is get Ladarius Brown back on the floor. It's exactly what Barbara Wilburn Covington will do.
Well, you look at how these turnovers have evened out now, 9 apiece.
Deep three, too strong, and a strong rebound by Cameron Marshall. See if the Indians get back on track here offensively. Biggest quarter so far for the Nevada Blue Jays, 10 points. Marktree patient here. Feed inside. Shot off the glass is good. Nice job over the left shoulder for Walker. And a good feed inside by Brown. Lead pushed back to 15.
And just nobody defensively who could match up with him. That's what we thought we'd see at the beginning of this game.
There's a block. Good call, I think. Huey's asserting himself. I like what he's doing. Time taking it inside, drawing the foul. 4th team foul on Marktree. So Nevada, next time they draw one, will put them on the free throw line if they can do it here in the next 40 seconds. They get it back after nearly throwing it away. There's a drive inside, shot up, no. And there's the foul. They're going to call an offensive foul. Walker stepping in and taking it from Wingfield.
He's made some great defensive plays the last couple possessions. Look at this.
He was parked well before.
Sure was.
He knew he wasn't going anywhere. Statuesque. 41-26, 33 to go. Shot clock differential about 6 seconds. Williams inside. Walker, score it.
He is now asserting himself at both ends. Best he has played all year, the final 2 games of the season when they need him most.
8 points for him. 15 on the shot clock. Nevada, will they hold for 1? They went quick in the end of the first half. We'll see what they do here. There's a pull-up for 3. No good. Long rebound. And the Blue Jays get it back for the easy one inside. Coleman, heads-up play. Nobody else could locate the ball. He does, and then he relocates it into the basket. He's in double figures now with 10. Coleman leading the way along with Brickton Harris. But Nevada still trails by 15 after 3. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service. Because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
Attention sports enthusiasts, Get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryan. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryan. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
Is now in session.
Boy, you look at the way Mark Tree has played offensively. Darius Brown has been so good. Nevada trying to hang in there. They've had a couple runs in them, but nothing coming easy. Down low in the post, and just no answer right now for Mr. Jonah Walker. We got the answer, Justin. Linebacker. Would you want to face him on the football field and know he's coming right at you?
Not more than once. Jonah Walker, can't imagine him in pads, chasing down running backs and receivers and quarterbacks.
Hair flowing majestically out of the back of the helmet.
Yeah, he's an impressive athlete, and he's asserted himself. It's good to see here in the second half. You know, you go back to his first half stats, there really weren't any to speak of. He has been a big-time performer here in the second half. No points at the break, and he has got himself 8 here in the second half. Indians want to run. Carter draws the block, and he will have 2 free throws coming. Good hustle by Wingfield, but he couldn't get there in time. So 16 seconds in, first foul of the fourth is against Nevada. And it's interesting, you know, calling college games all year, you see almost no charges. And with the new rule and the way it's adjudicated, there's almost no value in it. It's so almost impossible to draw one anymore. And it's funny, at the high school level, you still see it all the time. I'm getting numbers from coaches, and it's like this guy averages 2 or 3 blocks taken or charges taken a game. I mean, you just don't see that at the college level anymore.
Well,
missed opportunity there for Mark Tree.
You love the way that these coaches sort of lean into that stack, too. I mean, you and I talking to coaches all week and preparing for these games.
There's a 3 for Harris. We talked about it. If they're going to get back into it, the perimeter may be the key. Trying to attack the rim has not been their friend. Even when they've gotten opportunities, for the most part, they've not been able to convert.
He's a 1,000-point scorer. He's one of the 3 guys who's got to do it here. They have one last run in him.
Brown saves a possession to the corner for 3. Air ball, stick back for Williams is good. Heads up play there. Got it to go.
You got to defend 2 on the other end. You can't let any open opportunities like that happen.
There's a near turnover. Will it be? Yes. Going the other way for Mark Tree. Careless passing by Nevada. Down 14. You can't have it. 7:01 to go. We've gone a little deeper than I wanted to before we mentioned our officiating crew doing a good job today. This has been a tough game to officiate, I would say. Corey Ashworth, Floyd Shivers, and Jerron Harris are 3 out there today doing fine work in a very fast-paced game. A lot of quick athletes doing quick athlete things, and turning it right back over the Indians. And then we get a reach in from behind by Marshall. So with 6:47 to go, hey, Nevada's in striking distance all of a sudden.
You know, the way they shoot the 3 ball, they're kind of always there. But you got to get a few of these to fall in a row, and that's what they've struggled to do. They've had moments, they've had really big shots, but they've not been able to put any sort of significant run together.
And there's another sloppy pass. Brown into the front court. Another missed opportunity for Nevada. Carter will drive it into the paint. No look pass, bucket, and 1. Great finish inside, and that's where Lewis is the most dangerous. Around the rim at 6 feet tall. Knows what to do in the reach in on Harris. So an opportunity for a 3-point play here. And a great response by Mark Tree after the Nevada push to get it back to 16, now 17.
Strength on strength there, Landon Lewis. He's had some big moments here in the postseason. That go-ahead 3 with a minute left in the semifinal game. Big shot there to extend the lead, 17.
Wingfield gets a screen, will drive to the baseline, hanging and shooting, but nope. And he came up a little gimpy there, it looked like, for a moment. He's all right. He'll get 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, Wingfield, Justin, 0 for 7 from the field in this game.
Second team foul on the Indians. 48-31 for the moment. And that is a young man who knows how to do it at the free throw line. Wingfield scores it. Second free throw, no good, but an offensive rebound inside. Nice job by Adair. Coleman, Euro step, bucket, yes. So much for my theory about living on the perimeter. That one, they finish at the rim. Back within 14. Does it now for number 12. Feed inside, shot up. Got Huey in the air and paid for it. We talk a lot about offensive players. Don't go up unless you know what you're going to do with it. Sometimes on defense, probably a good philosophy as well. Huey was just hanging around trying to swipe at it. Missed it.
I don't know if you necessarily mind doing that, though. You can't give up any buckets. I mean, at this point in the game, you got to take some chances. If you end up hacking them and you send them to the line, so be it. But you can't give up any easy buckets at this point, down 15. Williams
with the free throw. Good. 49-34. Mark Tree fans in that end of the court. Down in the end zone. Second free throw good on their feet. Sensing a championship potentially coming home with them. And a good crowd on hand. We had some crazy crowds yesterday for the 5A and 6A boys games specifically. And how about the Little Rock Central girls? Congrats to them. First title.
Yeah, you mentioned it that they've only been playing since the 70s, which is a great call. And yet still, when you consider all the success for the boys program, it's still so hard to believe that they hadn't even been to this stage. What a night, though, for the Little Rock School District last night. And you mentioned it, Justin. Just a fun time to be in Hot Springs right now. Drove into the city today, and you drive down Central Avenue, and the fountain's already turned green. Fun time to be down here.
Oh, I'm ready. Yeah, and a lot of times we coincide with, seems around the St. Patrick's holiday, and so we get, you've only got so much time, and it's tough to do everything. Brown, he can do everything, including drill another three. It's his fourth make from long range. He's been patient. He got off to a great start, and then he's kind of waited his turn. They've gone inside to the big man. We're going to get a timeout down here for Nevada. Jamario Bell out to greet his guys and try to encourage them, but they are looking at long odds. 19 now. It's the largest lead tied now for Mark Tree in this one. That was a backbreaker with 5:14 to play.
You hate to use that term so quick, but gosh, that lead is so big now. It just feels like it. And the way Mark Tree continues to defend, I am so impressed though with Ladarius Brown. You talk about a guy who just has the look and the feel of such a bright future at the next level.
So far in the playoffs, I mean, you go back and look at it, Kyle. 37-42, 38-38, 44-44 in the semifinal to Brinkley. That was the closest game they had, a 2-point game, so kudos to Brinkley. But 22 straight wins, and those totals are a team that hangs its hat on defense. Barbara Wilburn Covington's not having it any other way, and she's got to be proud of the effort here today. They're certainly on track to hold Nevada down under 44, and it just feels like it almost, I hate to say an impossibility, but it's just such a big ask to try to get Nevada. They'd have to get another 19 to lock this thing in even, so it's just an impressive effort so far.
It's a big ask when the shots aren't falling and nothing's coming easy in the low post, and you're just sort of out of questions about what to do.
Yeah, I would say that Nevada's not played poorly. They just have not converted when they've gotten opportunities.
Yeah, but there have been very few of those very easy opportunities to capitalize on.
Yeah.
That's a group about to move to 64-7 over the last 3 years. Ridiculous, and the scary thing, 5 starters, all juniors.
Yeah. Shot up and inside. There's a good drive taken to the rack, and good quick move there.
Hey, but let's say for Jamario Bell's team too, who, as we've mentioned, has done an incredible job in his first season. Cartier Adair is one senior, but the rest of the guys, juniors, sophomores. Oh, Brickton Harris is a senior as well.
Adair with the rebound there. By the way, that was Wingfield's first field goal moments ago. He's going back to work. Kick out. There's that interesting looking shot from the right wing, and again, no good from long range for Rhodes. But Rhodes, again, after missing a 3 earlier, recovered, took a charge. This time, runs down and blocks a shot. No quitting this guy. And a lot of guys will hang their head after they miss a shot on the offensive end. Not him. He knows to hustle back on defense. Deep 3, high arcing, no. A little too strong for Coleman. Cleared out of there by Brown.
I think we've seen a lot of guys on the Blue Jays roster do that. That they may miss a shot on one end, hustle back with a great defensive play. And that's a credit to coaching to instill that sort of thinking in your players.
Yeah, I don't think that's a natural reaction for most players. That has got to be instilled in them. And I guarantee he has not accepted anything less. Brown making it look easy. All the way through the lane, laying it up and in. He's got 18. His team is cruising 55-36. Free throw line jumper. That's good. Not an easy shot for Coleman. And Coleman now getting going a little bit. He's got 14.
Still shooting 50% in this game, Mark Tree.
It's hard to beat a team doing that. 3-pointers today. Mark Tree 6 of 14. Nevada 4 of 16. And also good free throw shooting by Mark Tree. 7 of 9. It was a struggle last year. We talked about it. That state final loss, 5 of 13 from the line. Well, they have made up for it today. Not that free throws have been a huge part of it. 3 seconds, 2 on the shot clock. Scoop by Coleman. Offensive foul. And who else? It's Rhodes stepping in again. And desperation as the shot clock ran down. They had to get it. They don't. We're going to take a break. Our final media timeout of this one. Mark Tree is rolling right now in this 1A boys final. It's 55-38. 2:42 is all that remains. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
For every memory, from that first car to your first home to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
Is now in session.
Our Arkansas PBS Student All-Star for this one is Mark Tree's Kenyon Carter, a guard, junior with a 3.4 GPA, plans to become a coach or play professional basketball. Certainly looking good in this game. He's been a big part of it. 4 for 8 from the field, 9 points, 5 rebounds.
Fourth quarter shooting 57% for Nevada. Maybe too little too late. A deep three from the left wing there, short. Also for the long rebound, it goes to the Blue Jays. Knifing inside for it, Wingfield, and he's starting to find the range a bit here late. He's got 5 points, lead down to 15. Pressure in the backcourt for Nevada.
That was an incredible shot, Justin, going against Jonah Walker as well.
Shot up in the lane, note. Cleared away by Coleman. Bring it up. Got to go quickly if you're Nevada. You need some quick shots and some makes from long range, and there's one. How about that stroke from Brickton Harris, splashing it home? That's a good-looking shooter right there. And Jamario Bell quickly calls timeout. 17, right on his average for Brickton Harris. And again, he's one of those guys that will be moving on. That's a young man that looks like he could help somebody's team at the next level.
Yeah, no doubt. You can shoot like that. You can play just about anywhere. That's as smooth a stroke as you'll see. Right on, as he said, to his average. Really a guy who controls the tempo for this team. They feed off of him. They feed off his energy. 1,000-point scorer. They're going to need a lot more of that here down the stretch, though. You hate to say too little, too late, but it feels like a few of these Blue Jays have started to find their stroke here in just the final few minutes of the game. You'd love to see these two teams just keep going at it. It's been such a fun game to watch. Great pace, and you know, who knows if the Blue Jays can shoot just a little bit better in another matchup, this might be a totally different script.
Well, listen, you mentioned it. Cameron Marshall's the only senior playing over there for Mark Tree. I mean, look at all those juniors. So, bad news for 1A. Mark Tree's really good. Worse news, all these dudes are coming back next year. You get your hands full, folks. Good luck. And on the flip side, again, Adair's graduating, and you're losing Harris, who has really been a key bright spot offensively for this team, but a lot of youngsters returning next season as well.
We haven't seen Wingfield at his best today, but he is such a great player. Coleman, fantastic junior.
Brown to Carter across the timeline. Marktree attacking, and a layup. That was a beautiful fast break out of the timeout. Walker scoring it on the other end. He has double figures now, 10 points for him, 57-43.
So Marktree hangs on here. I think you could pick a couple guys who could be the MVP in this one.
Yeah, I think Brown's in good shape for it. Another fast break, another easy basket. There's the lone senior Marshall scoring it for Marktree.
Either of those two guys, you're not necessarily wrong. He's been such a factor, Walker, and as this game has gone along. I mean, it just feels like he's really settled in at both ends.
Coleman. The Blue Jays taking inside. It drew a blocking foul, but I think they're going to call it on the floor, not in the act. That's the third on Marshall. 1:20 to go. Marktree about to take the championship trophy home. Be a baseline inbound for the Blue Jays. Harris, good pass inside, but got away from him. Carter comes up with it, and they want to run. Williams the other way. Bucket good. Oh my goodness, Marktree has been in full-on attack mode. A lot of teams will pull it out and try to run clock in these situations. The Indians are trying to add to their total. There's a block inside by Marshall. Coming up the other way, Carter. Trying to feed it over to Williams, but it's knocked away.
Well, these Indians know one speed, Justin, and they're going to play that way down to the very end, no matter what the score is. Tell you though, how about Coach Barbara Wilburn? She won a championship with this same program back in '01. Oh, look at that.
There's a dunk inside, and that is the icing on the cake for Ladarius Brown. 20 for the 20-point score. Huey for three, no, and the rebound for Marshall. 45 seconds to go.
How many coaches go 23 years at the same program in between championships? Incredible.
Yes, absolutely. It's been a long time coming, and probably thought they were going to get it last year, but couldn't do it. 33 seconds left. There's the inbound play. Kaboom! The flush for Brown. And now subs coming in.
Look at her reaction.
Yeah, that was big time. Here's a shot from above. That's a big time finish.
Coaching down to the last minute here. Yeah, this is just an impressive group. And the way they've stuck together since last year's frustrating ending, come back and do this and in such convincing fashion. Yeah, it was almost as if they knew we are not going to let it get down to the final minute once again.
Yeah, this is going to be celebration mode now. But again, Macy, these two again, certainly they'll both be a factor next year. There's a reach-in foul for Harris, and you know, we saw this in the last game too, you know, kind of going down to the wire, and I wonder what the mindset is of teams that want to foul down 20 with 20 seconds left. But again, play D, sure, but to intentionally foul, to just give up free throws, I'm not sure, unless you just want to drink in that championship experience a little bit longer. Carter with a missed free throw, no matter. Here come the subs. Marktree will send in a handful. Kalen Dupree, DJ Stacy, CJ Clay's in the game. Man, what an exciting moment to appear on a championship floor. Javion Tribble as well. And a free throw by Carter's good. He's getting out. Gonna go over and celebrate with coach. Big hug. And in for him will be D'Angelo Brown.
There's a reaction. How awesome is that?
That's got to be so cathartic after what they went through last year.
Yes.
Yeah, big emotional moment with the QB and the coach over there. Three-point miss. Here comes Marktree, and maybe one of these young guys will get on the board at the end. Floater off the glass, no. Offensive rebound, stick back, yes. What a fun moment. For Marktree, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll do it. The Indians are your 1A boys champions. 66-43 your final. We'll be back with a visit with the winning head coach and our MVP. You're watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.
The Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Over 2,500 team members across 17 local electric distribution co-ops, powering homes, farms, and industries somewhere across Arkansas. We are the Electric Cooperatives of Arkansas. Power and people.
Centennial Bank is committed to you. Since our founding in 1999, we've become one of the nation's most trusted banks by remembering that you come first, by empowering our communities to reach their highest potential through our dedication to local charities, education, and exceptional service, because we are proud to call Arkansas home. Banking with you in mind. Centennial Bank, member FDIC.
For every moment, for every memory, from that first car to your first home, to your first child, and all the highs and lows that tomorrow might bring. For everything that matters most to you and your family, there's someone right around the corner dedicated to helping you protect what you love. Your local Farm Bureau Insurance agent. Farm Bureau Insurance. Real service, real people.
You wouldn't drink it, so why breathe it? Vaping liquids contain chemical oils that can severely damage your lungs. Don't get lost in the fog. Learn more about the hazards of vaping at projectpreventar.org.
Looks like we have some new help in the marketing department.
Action! Hi, I'm Susie Everett with Everett Buick GMC. I think you need to work on your line better. How about you do it? Family owned, customer friendly. Family owned, no friendly. Come see us at Everett Buick GMC, I-30 at Alcoa exit. Buckle up, everybody!
Attention sports enthusiasts. Get ready to be amazed by Summerwood Sports Complex, the new state-of-the-art facility in Bryant. Our facility offers up to 4 courts spread across 2 spacious gyms, conveniently located off Interstate 30 in Bryant. Whether you're a team seeking tournament glory or an individual looking to elevate your skills, Summerwood Sports has got you covered. Discover more about our cutting-edge facility and check availability at summerwoodsports.com.
What does it mean to be great?
It's the rhythm of the heart.
The spirit refusing to surrender.
It isn't born from a moment of glory. It's woven in the fabric of progress.
For the journey is where champions are born. To be courageous is to dance with the storm of adversity. The fact that I have UAMS Health by my side, it's just a blessing. And without UAMS Health, I wouldn't be the player that I am today.
We're launching our 2024 New Member Challenge, and our goal is to gain 2,500 new members before June 30th. If we reach our goal, Arkansas PBS Foundation will receive a $45,000 challenge fund provided by generous Ambassador Circle donors. If you're already a donor to Arkansas PBS, thank you. We couldn't do it without you. If not, now is the perfect time to join and help us meet our 2024 New Member Challenge goal.
Are you nervous? A little.
And action! Bright things ahead, darling. Brightness and joy. I've got plans.
Everything feels better after a cup of tea.
Now talking.
I just want to be right here in this moment with you.
You're going to be a bigger star than ever.
This is good news for all of us.
Best episode ever.
Those championship moments here in Hot Springs. Mark Tree, a near miss last year, a championship back to East Arkansas after this performance. Head coach Barbara Wilburn joining us. And coach, congratulations. I got to read this quote. I was teasing it to Kyle earlier. This is after last year's game. I'm proud of this team. This is almost like being in college where your first semester you were referred to as a freshman. Your second semester, they don't call you that anymore. I know we'll be back. You know what they call you now? Champion. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, these kids played hard all year long, and I think this was a motivation for them after last year, the way we lost it. But, hey, they played their hearts out.
You hang your hat on the defensive end, and my goodness, dominant today on the defensive end.
Thank you. If you come to any of our practices, you'll see we probably do 98% defensive drills. Yeah. So, yeah, that's our philosophy of defense.
And then you shoot better than 50%, you're going to win a lot of games, too. That was an impressive offensive showing as well.
We did pretty good, I thought.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
We didn't. I didn't think we ran an offense much, but we did well. I'm proud of it.
How impressive is Brown, Ladarius Brown?
He's never seen a shot he didn't like. I can tell you that. He did well. He knew what we had to do to win this thing. He came in and made some big shots for us. I'm just proud of him. I'm just proud of him.
Coach, I saw you share a special moment with Carter when he came out too, and so we were told he's the quarterback on the football team, kind of a quarterback for your basketball team as well. Obviously, a very special individual.
He is. I can get on to him, and he'll hang his head for a second and go right back at it. He orchestrates everything that we do. Everything goes through Ken.
Coach, we're going to take a quick look here, and it was kind of the play of the game here. We'll call it the icing on the cake, and there you are after Ladarius threw it down. Great inbound design, by the way. That'll work every time. That's some joy right there. That's 365 days of
yes, sir. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
You were waiting for that reaction for sure.
Yes, sir.
You know, Coach, I don't try to do this to every coach, and especially if you've got 9, 10 seniors, I wouldn't ask, but when we're looking at this roster, the majority of this bunch coming back next year, you got to be thinking about it already.
I'll try not to think about it right now. Let's enjoy it. Let's just enjoy it right now, and we'll go back to work.
But yeah, you built a heck of a roster. I mean, these guys are going to have a real good shot, I would think, to be right there next year.
We hope so. That's the plan.
Coach, congratulations.
Thank y'all so much. Appreciate
so happy for you.
Thank you.
All right,
this from you.
Go through some of the numbers here and wait on our MVP to get over here. 66-43 the final. And Kyle, you just pointed out, shoot 53%. You hold a team under 40. You're going to have a great look at it. Good shooting by Marktree today, too. Solid from outside, 6 of 14. And the free throw shooting, that was their bugaboo last year, 73%. Didn't shoot a lot of them today, but plenty good enough. 8 of 11 at the free throw line. And turnovers ended up pretty even. And it was Marktree handling their business on the rebounds, 33-25. And Ladarius Brown, our MVP over here. And, you know, Ladarius, I know Coach was kind of tongue-in-cheek on this. She said you never saw a shot you didn't like. But I will say this. I thought after you got off to a great start for your team, you really were pretty deferential and let your teammates sort of have their moment offensively. Then you came back and did some great things at the end. Nice dunk, by the way, at the end there. How did you feel like you played and the offense especially operated today?
I feel like we played, we could do better on offense. I mean, we did better, but I feel like I did decent overall playing offense, but I feel like I could have did better. Like Coach said, there ain't no shot that I don't like. If I feel like I can make it, I'm going to take it.
Shot 53%, and we can still do better on offense to say that. I would say you guys did pretty well, just as well defensively. That was such an impressive defensive showing.
Yes,
describe just the mentality of this team on that end of the floor.
We're a defensive-minded team. We put defense first. I mean, like in practice, coach, push defense, that's our strong suit. Scoring the ball, we can put that second, but we got to keep our opponents from scoring the ball.
Ladarius, if I could shoot it like that or dunk it like that, I would never see a shot I didn't like either. I will say that. You know, we talked to Coach, just kind of touched on it for a moment. Tell me what it was like this last year. You guys missed by that much. Didn't have a great day at the free throw line. Today, by the way, shot your free throws great. What was it like this last year, waiting on your opportunity again?
I mean, you know, last year, we kind of gave it away. When we went out at halftime, we were at double digits, right? We came back, we gave them a little room to breathe. Like I was just telling them over there, when you put your foot on somebody's neck, you're supposed to go ahead and kill them and suffocate them. This year, we came out and we did that. We didn't give them any more breathing room. We went on and took it home. There's
no doubt. Well, listen, enjoy your ride back. It's going to be a good trip back to East Arkansas.
Yes,
get to take a trophy back, and I'm going to put a little money on that we might see you back here next year.
Yes, sir. That's the goal.
No doubt. All right. Well, listen, congratulations.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that's our MVP, Ladarius Brown. Great play today. And that is going to do it for this game. We're going to look ahead to the night session. And, boy, we got a couple of really good ones coming up here. Still looking for that elusive, competitive girls final. They've all been pretty significant victories, but I don't know, a couple undefeated teams might just do the trick. How about Mansfield and Mount Vernon and NOLA in the early game with the girls at 6, followed by the 7:45 final between the Marshall Bobcats and the East Poinsett Counter Warriors. Go back and look at how we got here for this final today. And, man, what an impressive effort. You saw some of the highlights from our MVP. How about the rest of this bunch? And really, there were some great moments on the other side as well, without a doubt, Kyle.
You know, and to Nevada's credit, this was so frenetic early. This first quarter was about as fun as you'll ever see the sport of basketball played, just back and forth. The defense was the difference. Mark Tree was just that much better on that end of the floor. Nothing came easy for Nevada from about the quarters 2 through 4. And then you shoot lights out, and you got a guy like this, Ladarius Brown, well-spoken guy, and boy, can he shoot it. As Coach said, he is not afraid to shoot it from anywhere on the floor. He can dunk it like that as well. How great is that? And this is the lasting image here, I think. Redemption story for Mark Tree.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back again tonight here on Arkansas PBS for the 2A finals, girls and boys in that order. You've been watching the Centennial Bank State Basketball Championships on Arkansas PBS Sports.